Welcome to another edition of Whiskey at Work. Guess where we're going today?
We're going back to Canada on the bottom shelf.
We've been to Canada a couple times already, haven't we? But
Yeah.
never like this.
Until you took a
Are you sure?
detour.
We already done cheap Canada?
Yes. Well,
Black Velvet.
oh yeah, Black Velvet was Canadian. Why did we do that one? Because that was a bottom shelf thing, and that led us to
Then you
More bottom shelf things.
we're gonna go to Canada.
then you went completely off the map and did whatever the hell you did, and then now we're back 3 weeks later and doing this one.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, we promised you a while back that we were going to go to Canada, and where we're going to start at the bottom, whichever province you guys in Canada would think is the bottom. I don't know. I mean, like we have our states here in the United States.
We
that
call
consider.
it North Dakota, which we'd gladly give you.
So you probably have your provinces up there that are like that. But we decided to start at the bottom and work our way up to some. Well, one Canadian whiskey that we know is pretty dang good.
Yeah.
So that's
Is no spoiler alert on that?
no. We're not going to say a
Oh,
word
okay.
about
You're
it.
not talking
No,
about this one.
No, it is.
I don't. Collectively, we know no such thing.
You've been drinking it. You know we're not talking about this
Okay,
one.
thank you.
But yeah, we decided to go. I mean, Canada's probably, it's best known for its crown. That is the Canadian whiskey.
Ooh, ooh.
And Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Right. To most people.
But Pendleton's an up-and-comer for sure.
Sure. But Kelsey, you're familiar with, I mean, Crown, when we first started this thing, and I remember asking you, what is your whiskey drink?
Crown and water.
Yeah.
Yep.
So why with water, though? I don't usually see you drink stuff with water when we do this anyway.
Well, because I think here I'm trying to taste new things and figure them out, right? But water, because it keeps you hydrated. And so your hangovers are almost nothing. Because you're
lot less.
Right? Yeah, you're having like 10 parts water to 1 part
Well, that makes
whiskey.
sense.
Kind of defeats the purpose of drinking it to begin with, don't it?
I mean, I'm a fan of Crown, but I don't drink it straight. It's not that good.
So this is like
It's not. But you put some water and some ice in that.
but yet it's
All
the
of-
drink you drink. Okay, sure. got
All
it.
of the
With water,
All of
then
the
it's
opinions
delicious.
are not necessarily reflective of the other people on the panel.
You can drink like 11 of them.
Have you guys been to Canada before? Have you guys ever spent any time up there at all or traveled up there at all?
Is North Dakota included in that?
The north part of North Dakota could probably be. How far up have you gone?
North
To North Dakota, yeah.
I don't know.
Not far enough.
Let's just
which
skip
one's
to the
further
part where
north?
you tell us about
Grand-
your time in
Grand Forks?
Canada.
Whatever one's further, Grand Forks or
It's
Fargo.
a beautiful country. It truly is. The only parts, well, I've been to Vancouver, which is an awesome city. I have been, because I was born and raised in North Dakota, so I remember spending a couple of weeks up there with my parents. They took a big vacation up there one time, but I was like 6 years old.
What, are they down here illegally? They
So no-
going home to Vancouver? Or?
No, they're not from Vancouver.
Oh.
My parents aren't from Vancouver.
Are you sure?
What? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
God, that'd
And-
be a twist.
Just a couple of years ago.
Hey,
we went up there
Mark,
again.
you're going to have to retract that part of your latest version.
My parents are from South Dakota, both of them, as far as I know.
We have no proof of that.
But I did spend a lot of time, or I've spent it in Banff, which is probably on this continent of Canada, United States. It's hard to find something that's prettier than that place, even in the United States.
Big
Even
Sky.
like the
It's part of the
Tetons,
Rockies,
Big Sky.
isn't it?
Yes, and it's just stunning. It's unbelievable up there. Their speed limits are bull, though. Okay, good God, Canada, you are the second largest landmass in the world, and you can't go 65 miles an hour across the entire thing. It's bull.
You should have some poutine and cocktail.
Well,
relax a little.
you can.
You're more stressed than every Canadian right now,
No kidding.
except for maybe those two in Quebec.
All right, we're gonna get to those two coming up. Okay, like I said, we're starting bottom shelf with this. So we had two bottom shelf Canadians, and we
got another one to come. Yeah,
we chose this one first because everybody's familiar with this. I think this is similar to the Black Velvet in when you were in high school and college and you needed cheap whiskey to get yourself there.
Yes.
This is what you were doing,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Calvert
Though-
and Coke.
This is worse than the Black Velvet.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it was?
Yes.
No kidding.
Yes,
I
I
agree.
do.
I don't know why I'm acting so shocked. I totally agree with her. that
What?
this is-
Yes, me too.
I don't think it's that bad. I'm sorry.
Really?
No.
I'm
Of course,
sorry. This one is.
I swear to God, I think it tastes worse with Coke.
Really?
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've had a
Calvert and Coke.
Calvert and Coke.
Well, we kind of learned a little bit. Did we learn about where the name Lord Calvert came from? Did we figure that out?
Up here
Minutes
in the
before the
notes on
show.
the board, I've got named after the Calverts. So,
yeah.
thanks,
Well, of
production
course.
team.
Yeah. Good
Helpful.
work there.
Not
Good
all
work.
facts presented
Love that
in this
research
show
assistant.
may actually be facts.
It's from Luxo, correct? Is that
Luxco? Yeah.
Luxco is who makes this one. Distilled in Quebec.
Are you sure? Did you look that up?
I see it on the board up there. I see our production team put that up there for us, so we knew what we were kind of talking about.
When did we get a production team?
Today.
This says
Literally
this
just
says
When
St.
we just
Louis,
started
Missouri.
sitting and drinking.
not doing any research for any of this.
Age 36 months. Is that what you got?
3 years. 3 years.
Good
Well,
luck
you
on the bottle. for
Checks
that one.
out.
you saw something pretty interesting though about aging for whiskeys that kind of surprised me.
Yeah, according to one Wikipedia article that I read while the cameras were being turned on, Canada was the first country to enact aging laws for whiskey, where it was a mandatory 1 year aging.
And that's crazy because
In
we
1890?
we consider ourselves to be bourbon. I mean, well, we are bourbon country in the United States, but
Well, so like you talked about, whiskey was being aged before that. I mean, like you said, Jack started doing it in 1860s, right?
Yeah, right around there. Mhm.
So it was being done, but Canada was the only place or the first place who decided to legislate it.
They put the smack down
They
and said
took it very seriously.
So in a way,
And I don't know how we ended up in a country with those kinds of rules, how we ended up with this.
making Lord Calvert.
This is trash.
It's yeah. I mean, I didn't expect anything from it. Obviously, just like the Black Velvet, I didn't expect it to be. But the Black Velvet surprised us.
Yes.
It was pretty good.
This is not.
I
This
expected even worse than the Velvet that I actually kind of liked. And I don't think this is as good, but it's not scaring me off as long as it's cold with a little water in it. I mean, the ice is melting now, but
Oh boy.
Well,
You know,
I have Sprite in mine. 'Cause I'm drinking a Canadian tuxedo.
we're gonna
Because
yeah.
I
we
am
wanna-
wearing a Canadian tuxedo.
She
Kelsey
didn't-
came dressed for the part.
She didn't know that we were going to be doing Canadian whiskeys today.
Cheap Canada, here we come.
Literally dressed in a Canadian tuxedo. It was the best. I still think that's just made my day. The whole thing. But I can see. I wonder if this makes people in Canada do some very strange things. I would think. Because I'm trying to segue into the story that Rob told me earlier about a couple from Canada. And Rob, I would like you to tell everybody this story because it is.
I don't know this story.
It's the most Canadian
I
story.
just read it today.
Yeah.
Okay. Give it to us.
So when Mark came back from Canada, all he could talk about was how nice the people were.
They really are.
And so when I saw the headline today on this story, and it made me want to read it because
Right.
his story. And apparently, is in the middle of the pandemic, Quebec is under a mandatory curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. And one lonely couple in Quebec that decided they were going to push the limits decided to see if they could find a loophole. Well, part of this curfew is that you could walk your dog after 8 o'clock as long as you didn't stray too far from the house, that semes pretty vague, but okay.
Well, how do you walk your dog not too far from the house?
Well, you can't.
My English bulldog will show you exactly how to walk
We're
not
about a
too
half a
far
block
from the
and then
house.
we're done.
We've gone 4 steps back to the couch.
So anyway, the curfew's at 8, so this couple decides they're going to go for a walk at 9. Well, the wife is leading the husband on a leash.
Cute.
Kinky.
Yeah, which I would
Fun on a few different levels.
kind of expect in Quebec, actually. Or was that Montreal that's known for that sort of thing?
Well, Quebec's they're the ones that don't really like to be part of Canada, so maybe that's why.
Maybe that was
yeah.
it. So anyway, lo and behold, these folks get stopped by the authorities, at which point they are told that the husband could not be considered a pet because he can be house trained and doesn't have the same urges and needs as a dog.
There's so many wives disagreeing with that statement right now, though.
Mine included right now, probably. And they were both fined $12,000.
What?
Oh my God.
$12,000 each, which makes me think that Mark's Canadian story about them being nice is all a lie.
Yeah, but it's Canadian money, so it was like,
It's
what, $17?
Monopoly money. Here's $3. See you later.
They threw some loonies out there, and it was good. It was cool. Wow, that's, I mean, creative. You got to give them some points for that. But they had to know it wasn't going to work. Give me a break.
I bet they didn't know they were going to get fined.
not
quite that
$12,000. Wow. Anyway, well, Canada, you're wonderfully weird. We appreciate that about you. You have one of the best television shows ever.
How are you now?
Good, and you? Letterkenny is fantastic. Can't encourage you enough to go check that show out if you like good, fast-talking Canadian humor. I mean,
The dialogue is
it's
excellent.
The writing, and it's
Watch
great.
it with subtitles. Do yourself a favor. Actually, watch everything with subtitles if you're not already.
Oh, that's weird, I guess, but okay. Sure.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Watch
everything with subtitles.
Oh, God.
Did you
Is that the one with the
Canadian,
Sprite?
That's the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah.
The Canadian tuxedo is Lord Calvert and ginger ale. We're using Lord Calvert and Sprite with ginger, so that could be the...
Basically
Not
the same thing.
No.
It's not the same thing.
Oh, boy, that's bad. That makes it worse.
I know. That's
Anyway.
what I mean. It's like with the Coke, it just makes it worse. You want to tell them about the smell from your childhood?
No, because I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm really over it.
Your childhood?
Yeah, that and Lord Calvert.
Me too.
I don't
I've
know.
worked
It's
through
just-
all that in therapy. I don't need to talk
yeah,
about it
it's-
here.
This is
I'll
not...
talk about it. Remember those little balloons you used to get as a kid that you had to put the little gummy stuff on the end of a straw and you blow it up and it had that
Came in a
weird
tube.
sanitary plastic smell?
Yeah.
That's it. It's exactly what it smells like.
Do this if you get
If
a
you
bottle
use
of
one
Lord
of those
Calvert
as a
and just
child, you may
squeeze
be
it a little.
entitled to compensation.
Yes. Yes, you may.
That's what it is them little plastic bubble things. That's what it smells like in the
Yeah, you want to drink that smell? Pick this up.
It tastes
Delicious.
way better than that.
We can't... Kelsey and I can't recommend this
Yeah.
at all.
No.
Rob, I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
I don't know if I would recommend
what
it
the
if
hell
you
you're
have
thinking, but anyway.
$14 in your pocket instead of $9. It's just
Boost yourself up to some Lord Calvert.
Disagree. Stick with the 9. Go buy yourself a hamburger.
That's what this is the 9. If you have 15, you can probably get a handle of Lord Calvert.
All right. Next week, we're going to be... What's the other one called? The bottom shelf?
Buffalo Ridge. I
Buffalo Ridge. You know, Canadians known for their ridges and their buffaloes.
think. Kelsey's going to come in next week
Yeah, you gotta
wearing
wear
a pelt.
the Canadian tuxedo again. We all need
Just
to.
every Tuesday, I wear a
Yes,
Canadian
yes.
tuxedo.
I'm going to wear one next week.
I
have
own a
the-
shocking amount of denim. I can
Perfect.
do this.
Let's do it.
I want a buffalo helmet with horns and stuff.
No, I don't. I think we learned last
No,
week
we
that
learned-
we're not going to do that.
No, we are not.
Okay, that's done. All right. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Whiskey at Work. We'll be back with more Canadian whiskeys next week. Kelsey, where can they find us
And
on
we're
the
back.
socials?
And we're back because we forgot this again. You can find us at Whiskey at Work, Whiskey without the E on Instagram, right? Team? And Whiskey with the E on Facebook. You can also find us on YouTube. And I'm told we have a website. We're just not really sure what the domain is.
It's out there somewhere.
Hope
Anyway,
for the best.
thank you guys for watching.
It might be whiskeyatwork.net.
I will someone.